All right, so we're dealing with can a woman or can a woman wear pants? Okay, that's the question we're going to go into inside the scriptures. Once again, a lot of these topics really don't need a big, long discussion. It's just a matter of going into the scriptures. So first, we're going to start with the law. Okay, that's going to be in Deuteronomy 22:5. All right, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. If you want a Facebook, if you want a YouTube live right now, I can't share the screen, so you're going to have to listen or go to the Facebook video to my page, Padazar Yasharallah, Oliver Senior Son, to watch this video with the scriptures. So anyway, so you can see right here, all this, man. I don't know all this other stuff aside right here. So can a woman wear pants? Okay. And once again, I'm going to start with the law. All right. I'm reading English. It says right here, verse 15, verse 5, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh Elohim. Okay. Yahweh Elohim, actually. So it says right here, La'ah Yahaya B. Kaliyah, I mean anything pertaining to or the instruments of Gabar. Gabar doesn't say, wasn't translated as man. Il or Il Asha, which means woman. Okay. So you cannot put that which pertains to a warrior on a woman, or a gabar on a woman. Okay. Now this word right here is Thawai Ibath, which is an abomination. Okay, here it is down here. Toiba. Thawai Ibath is abomination. So it says that a woman can't wear what pertains to a man. Okay. So the woman can't wear anything that's supposed to be, men's clothes or the clothing of a warrior, what have you. So she can't wear men's clothing. Now that word for man there, once again, is translated from a Hebrew word, which is gabar. Okay. And gabar is basically like a strong man. The words for gabar indicate endurance, protection and safety, and leadership. Those are the letters that are used for the bar. Okay, so if we look at these first three letters in the word for man, up here it says man. Down here it says gabar. So what I want to do is I want to go look at this word that it tells you a woman is supposed to be putting on clothes. Okay. It don't say pertain to a man. It says there shall not be what pertains to a gabar upon a woman. So it says la'a yahya kaliyah. Kaliyah is like instrument. It could be garments or clothes, but properly it's not garment. It's instrument or vessel. Even if you look at it in the Hebrew, see that kaliyah, they have keliyah, but look at what kaliyah means. Okay, it says a vessel or an instrument, weapon, jewel, armor bearer. Okay, so it's using, jewels, instruments, stuff. So women are supposed to get stuff that pertains to a man, things that are distinctly supposed to be masculine. Okay, now we know the epitome of masculinity is a warrior. Okay, warriors and muscles. Okay, things like that. So now when we look at the word gabar right here, remember we talked dealing with the Hebrew. The word gabar is made up of three letters. One means camel, which is gadal, which is gamal. Here it is again. Okay, gavar or gabar. The first letter right here means camel, right? Gamal. The second letter right here means bayath or house. The third letter right here means ra'ash or head. So you have camel, house, and head. So you have a camel, which is an animal that can go long distances without water. It can travel, it can hold a lot of weight and travel. And then we have the next letter, which is bayath, which means house, which is symbolic of protection, coverage, and a nourishment inside of that place. And ra'ash, which is symbolic of direction, leadership, okay, and instruction in your head, what you need to do, what's going on. So that's the word gabar in the Hebrew. That's the word gabar. Shamalak, what's going on? Yazar Shalom, Deniza, Obrigada por venir, Shalom. Shamalak, Marlon, C-Town, what's going on with you, cousin? All right, much love to you, man. Miss you, bro. So we see that word gabar is a word that means warrior. It means like a man. It's the epitome of a man. It's used in several other scriptures. It was translated in most scriptures as man, but then was also translated as mighty, man-child, and also as everyone. All right. So that's I'm showing you. I don't really like to use these definitions down here, honestly, about what they say it means. I like to look at the actual Hebrew word, and then we can look at the definition they say. But it means properly a valiant man or warrior. Okay. Now, the question is this. The point I want to make out is this. This scripture right here, was another part I wanted to do that I didn't get a chance to do yet. This scripture right here, a woman shall not wear that which pertains to a man, is not talking about pants. Let me say that again. This scripture is not talking about pants. All right? It's not talking about pants. What it's talking about is the length of a woman's tunic. It's talking about the length of a woman's tunic. The length of her actual garment that she has on should be down to her calves, past her calves. It should not be at her knee. And when I finish, I'm gonna try to go to a couple of websites and show you some graphics about the length, okay, of an ancient warrior's garment. Okay, ancient war clothes. So what we see here, that this, a woman cannot with that which pertains to a man, is talking about the length of the garment that a strong man would wear. A man that was a warrior, Gever or Gebar or Gabar, he would wear a garment that came about to his knees. So when he was on the battlefield, he could move around and maneuver. All right. Sometimes it had a split in it, sometimes it didn't. All right. But the garment was long. It covered his loins, meaning it covered his penis and private area. It wasn't a t-shirt and it wasn't the pants. It was a garment, either one piece below the waist or one piece beginning at the shoulders, and it came all the way down to his knees or slightly above his knees. When you got the do a study yourself. Look at all of the ancient war garments that people would wear in the Eastern Mediterranean area, and you'll see that they wore garments that were short and open, like almost like what you would call like a short dress or a skirt nowadays. Now I'm gonna show you how did people use that word skirt in the 1st century. Now, if you're with me on the YouTube, it's a little lag time because I'm using both cameras. I'm using one camera for both applications. But if you're with me on the Facebook, then we should be okay. So once again, we got to look at this stuff from the Hebrew. This is our book written to Hebrew people. All right. Gabar is not a regular man. Gabar is more of a strong man, as we see by the word itself, meaning camel, house, and head. Camel, house, and head. Endurance, long distance, house, protection, head, leadership, first in line, central system, defense. Okay? So a woman can't wear what a Gabar wore. A Gabar or a Gever in modern Hebrew wore longer garments. I mean, Salakli wore short garments around his knee and above. Okay, now, so the woman, if she has on pants, she has to have on a tunic or a skirt, long skirt over top of them pants. She can't wear pants as an outer garment. And actually, a man should not wear pants as an outer garment. That's not our culture. That comes from Europe. The ancient Eastern people in Africa, in Israel, in Arabia, we did not wear pants like that as an outer garment in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd centuries AD. We just didn't. The Europeans and the Chinese and sometimes the Sumerian people would do that, you know, and going to war and things like that. But even the Vikings, which was Israelites also, that white people joined us, would wear the Viking tunic, which came about to your knee and had a gusset put into the split where the seam would come. They had a gusset to make them more wide, to give it a little more of a flare. Some of my garments I make with a straight line, but then we leave it open and put a gusset into it, so it has a little more flow to it. Okay, has a little more flow to it. All right. So this says that the once again, this says that the woman should not wear what pertains to a gabar. All right. So we went into the scriptures on that. So it's dealing with the length of the skirt or the length of the tunic. And you know what? Let me be very specific. I'm saying skirts, but the women did not wear one-piece skirts around their waist in these times period. She wore a tunic that came from her shoulders down to around about the end of her calf or longer. That's the length of the garment that the women would wear. They did not wear a loose Western style skirt or a tight Western style skirt. The length of the garment coincided with the warrior, the gabar, gever, that had on the garment. That's why his ride the horse, things of that nature, ride the donkey, to climb easily when he was going to war. So the woman not wearing that which pertains to a man right here is not talking about pants. It's talking about the length of the garment that's covering her legs, which it had to come down to the calf or below down to the ankle. So the woman, if she wore pants, she had to have something over top of them pants. She might have on leggings or stockings. It might be cold, but it had to be something over top of those pants that she had on. It wasn't just the pants were the outside garment, you know, and she was just kind of free to walk around with that with herself exposed, right? So I want to make that point from the law. Now, if we go someplace else in the law, let's go to Exodus 28 and 42. Okay. Now this is, first I want to read verse 40. Okay. And Aaron's son shall make coats. Now this word coats here is a ma'ilah, I believe. Okay. It's ma'ilah. Let's look it up real quick. What is the word coats here in the Hebrew? I'm sorry, not ma'ilah. That's ma'ilah is how you say mantle. Okay. This word here is katanat. Okay. Ka-tha-na. Okay, so let's look this word up once again. Ka, which means to cover. This first letter means the palm of your hand. Okay. Word here, tha, that means end. That means end. Or a sign or mark. I'm sorry, a sign or mark as the last letter. Okay. The one right here means fish, which represents movement, which represents a mark. Something is in, this is what you're shooting for. This is the target. So you have a hand being covered over a target area that you have movement inside of another target area. So this area is covering your chest, it's covering your private areas, it's covering your loins, it's pretty much covering your body. All right, now the word right here is from an unused word, which means it says katap. Not to be confused with kanap, but this is katap, which means the edge, which means the cover. I'm sorry, kanap means the edge. We're going to get into that also. Now it's translated as a garment or a tunic or a robe. It's translated as coat, but we're going to show scriptures how this word is used. All right. So Aaron's sons, they had on coats. Okay, they had on coats. All right. Katanat, they had on coats. Remember, these coats were long. This word right here, the katanat. Okay, it was cold. The kathanat. This is actually where they get the word cotton from. See that right here? Let me show you. Okay, cotton. See that? Cotton. This is where they get the word cotton from. It was a long garment. All right, katanat. All right, katanat. Because katan means is a word associated meaning cover. All right, and this word katanat is a covering, a coat. Okay, so katanat means a coat or garment, long garment. Now, if you look in Exodus chapter 28, the same chapter, verse 42, it tells you that when the sons of Aaron, when they had on the katanat, right? When they had on the katanat, what else did they have? All right. They also had on, let's read the verse in English. They had, and thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins even to the thighs they shall reach. Once again, the warriors' garments as the tunics came to the thighs. But sometimes underneath the thighs, they would have on what? These breeches. These breeches, pants. So they had the long garment on. The sons of Aaron had on long garments, but underneath the garments, they would have on these linen pants, linen breeches. Okay, and here's the word breeches right here. Okay, maknas right there. It covered their nakedness. The nakedness being from the waist area down to the thigh area, mainly that the section of your groin area, where your reproductive organs are located. Okay, now it says to cover the nakedness. Now that's going into bashar, which means flesh. Okay, so bashar right here means flesh or body. Bashar. So it was used to cover their important flesh of their body, which is the penis, the vaginal areas, things like that, the testes. It was used to cover that area. That area was called nakedness. All right. So that area was nakedness. So you didn't have that area exposed with a short t-shirt at your waist, and your loin area where your penis and your vagina is at is all covered and exposed for people to see. That's indecent. That's not how we dress. Okay, we might dress like that now, but that's not what we saw in ancient Israel. People walking around with shirts and then t-shirts with the loins exposed with a little bit of inches of material over top of the pelvic area. We wore tunics. So it said that they had on these breeches, these pants, to cover their nakedness. So you see now, even though the men had on long tunics, they had on pants also. Showing you how even when the women would have on long tunics also, that the women, if they had on pants underneath, or if they had on maknas underneath, they still would have on a tunic over top of the maknas. So the maknas is like pantalon or pantalones, all right, or not quite like bloomers, but in the same purpose of bloomers, just to cover your organs and have your private areas, covered up. Now, the men in the ancient times, we didn't all usually wear these shorter garments like we wear now. We wore longer garments. Let's go to Deuteronomy 22 and 30. I'm going to show you. If you look in Deuteronomy 22, chapter 22, verse 30, it says what? A man shall not take his father's wife to discover his father's skirt. So your father's skirt, that word skirt there is the Hebrew word kanap. Let's show it. It's the Hebrew word right here, kanap. Okay, it means a corner or an edge. Corner or edge of what? Corner or the long edge of the garment of the man, kanap. So you didn't uncover your father's long garment, meaning it was the euphemism, meaning that you didn't lift up your father's skirt, uncover his nakedness by dealing with a woman that your father was dealing with. That's what that means. All right. So you didn't discover your father's skirt, meaning you didn't reveal his nakedness or shame by laying with his woman. Not your mother, but another woman. You can't lay with either one, whether it's your mother or not. Okay. So that word right there, kanap, is the word for skirt, showing you how the men wore a longer garment that was called a kanap. All right. The edge of the garment was called a kanap. Okay. Another example is that when we go into 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 27. 1 Samuel 15 and 27. Right. So now we're going to show what happened with Samuel and Saul. 1 Samuel 15, 27. And as Saul turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle, and it rent. All right. So he laid hold of the maya, which is but the part of the maya he touched was the kanap. Okay, which again is the skirt, which is the edge. You see that? So right here, he says, ba kanap, grab on the edge or on the skirt, which is the flowing part of, a wing of All right. The Ma'iyalwa, Ma'iyalwa, which means his mantle or his cloak. Like this was like a long, wide tunic that the men would wear without sleeves on it, that came down long to the ankles. Okay, so once again, the show you what it means. Ma'ilal, it says robe. It's translated 19 times as a robe. Now we know that a robe is long. Most robes are supposed to be long. They got now there's little short robes, but when you look at some of the old Korean movies, they would have on like a long robe type of a garment, like an exterior tunic, as it says right here, reaching to the ankles, but without sleeves, right? So this, so it was loose. So now Saul grabbed the edge of Samuel's garment, Samuel's Ma'iyal. So when he grabbed his Ma'iyal, the kanap caused it to rip. The kanap caused it to rip. So it was long. So he tried to grab it by a flowing edge of it, and it ripped. So once again, when we're looking at these words, we're going into the Hebrew. We got to look at the Hebrew, to see what we got to look at the Ibadia. Okay, let's go to Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. So we look at Zechariah 8, 23. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Tzaba'awa, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you." So when it says he shall take hold of the skirt of all languages, all nations, all right? The skirt of him that is a Yahweh. Okay. So he's gonna grab the man's the garment, okay, or rather it says the skirt, which right here we see that it's the same word kanap that's used for it. A warrior. Okay, La Amar, okay, I'm come. Okay, let us be with your people. All right. With you, the Most High is with you. Okay, I'm come. Okay, Kaya. Shemai, now we've heard Elohim, the power. Okay. Like, let me walk with you. Let us walk with you. All right. The lock, coming from the word halak. All right. So once again, it says he's going to grab the kanap. Kanap, once again, is part of a long garment. Now, these Gentiles are going to be bowing themselves and humbling themselves. They're not going to be grabbing the edge of your t-shirt or the edge of your shirt. They're going to be bowing down and grabbing the bottom of your garment, saying, hey, please let me go with you. Let me walk with you. Let me go with you, because I know that Yahweh is with you. Teach me, okay? Let me hear about what you got to say. Let me know how to do better. That's what the Gentiles, are going to be doing. So if the Gentiles are going to be doing this, that means we got to have on the right clothes for them to be doing it in. So they're going to be bowing down to us, and as they bow down, they're going to be grabbing the kanap, the edge, okay, of the garments that we're going to have on. Okay, now for another example, let's go into the book of Ezekiel 16 and 8. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8. Okay. Now, when I passed by thee, I looked upon thee. This is Yahweh talking. Behold, thy time was a time of love. The time of love. and I spread my skirt over thee, and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee, and enter into a covenant with thee, saith Yahweh, saith Adonai Yahweh, and thou becamest mine. So if you remember the story about Ruth and Boaz and Ruth and Boaz, they said, Ruth said, cover me with your garment, meaning take me in, protect me, hide my nakedness, hide my shame, which is a euphemism, a figure of speech. The Most High is talking in a figure of speech right here. The nakedness representing the shame that we feel and the shame that we have by dealing with these other gods and following after the other nations and being sinful, just being in sin, okay? Just being in sin. So the scripture says that I looked upon thee, I spread my skirt. So the Most High, and it covered our nakedness. See that? So the skirt that the Most High is talking about was big enough to cover somebody else and cover their nakedness. You see? So it wasn't like a little small 6-inch thing. This was a long, wide type of a piece of the garment that's being talked about. All right. So this is what the men wore. The men did not wear these short garments down to your waist, put fringes on the bottom of it, and call it a t-shirt with fringes. That's not what we wore. We wore long tunic type of garments. Okay, so now what we can go to, let me actually show you in the book of Ruth. And we're going to go to Ruth chapter 3, verse 9. I'm going to show you how sometimes the Most High use examples that we see inside the scriptures. All right, so this is, and he said, which is Boaz, who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. I mean, basically, show me love. Let me come up under your protection, your household. Spread your skirt upon me. Take what's left over extra from your clothes and your garments and put them on me so I can be down with you. Hide my nakedness, like we see the Most High saying to Ezekiel in Ezekiel 16:8. So spread the garment over me, the skirt. So the skirt had ample space. The skirt was a big, wide garment. So now let's get into the thighs and the woman's thighs specifically, and what is the vibration of the woman having her thighs showing, all right, having her thighs showing. Now this is all scripture. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So the virgin daughter of Babylon is being addressed in verse 1 right here. All right, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou art no more, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So the Most High is going to bring death, destruction, and vengeance upon America, the modern Babylon, for the evil that they've done to his people. They ain't going to have no throne of leadership or power no more when you look at Revelation chapter 17 and chapter 18. The so-called white world is going to be destroyed and annihilated. All their power is going to be taken away. So now the Most High is saying, take the millstone, meaning what? You're going to be doing physical work and grind meal. All right? Take the, you a queen, you ain't supposed to be doing all that type of stuff. So he's saying now you're going to be brought to a level of doing domestic work. Uncover thy locks. Let everybody see your hair. Let everybody see your hair. Expose your hair now. Because ancient queens, they would make sure their heads were really looking nice, but at the same time, they were covered. So maybe some of it was hanging out. See what it say right here? Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh. Okay? So when they say the thigh is talking about the leg in general. I'm going to show you. Let's go to this word that they use for the thigh. All right, shawak. Okay. And look how it's translated in all. Now, when it says shoulder, it's talking about an animal shoulder, the front part under the head of the animal. 4 times it's translated as leg. 1 time it's translated as hip. And then 1 time it's translated as thigh. So the leg area and then the hip and the thigh. All right. So now it says also it's really going into the lower leg, it says right here, but we'll just stick with what it says and use it for, it's talking about the leg in general. And look at this word. The first letter, sha, or shan means tooth. The second letter, wawa, means support. All right, wawa means support, like and in the Hebrew, wawa means support. And the kawap is like the eye of a needle, very small space, very small area. All right. So the sha, tooth, grinding, okay, things moving together, your legs moving together. Wawa is the support. Okay, you walking. It supports your whole body. You see that? And then the kwawap comes into, like, you know, you got your little holes in that same little area. You got your little toe at the bottom, and then you got the orifices in your private area also, like a thread going through a needle. Then you got your feet that you put into the shoes. And what do you have around your little sandals? You got little holes with laces inside of them, leather straps that would tie your sandals up. So you got little holes at the bottom where your feet are. You got little holes in your private area where your leg begins at, to make that full kwawap concept. But the second letter is very key in the middle, which is the wawa, which means support. All right. So this is the area that's supported. All right. A supported area that's going in, it supports everything, actually, showing you how it's talking about your legs. All right. Your legs, because your thighs are supported by your lower legs and your foot. Okay. So now we see that the men would wear longer garments, but now it's saying the woman is saying the Babylon, it says her thighs are going to become uncovered. Let you know that it's a shame. The thigh right here, we just saw how the word thigh is actually talking about the whole leg. It was a shame, or it's a shameful thing, as we see right here. Uncover the thigh. It's a shameful thing for the woman's thighs, the whole leg, to be exposed, according to what we see being stated in the scriptures. Okay, and then uncovering it just means to let everybody see it. So the leg and the thigh were all covered on the woman when she was in a righteous state of mind. When you're going through captivity, or being punished, or being led into captivity, your leg and your thighs will be uncovered as a woman. So the women now, even if they have on pants, they still supposed to have on something that comes long over top of their legs, over top of their leg, that covers their leg. Covers the leg, meaning that the leg nor the form of the leg, can be shown. Nor the form of the leg can be shown. Just like, let's say if a man, for example, and he's with his woman, okay? If the man is with his woman and he starts to get excited and his blood vessels start to flow, things start to get things start to grow where the blood vessels are in his member, he's not going to feel comfortable because he has on pants and you can't see his member. He's going to be like, man, my member is getting blood flow to it, so I wish I had something to cover my member up. Even though he has on pants, it's still not going to be comfortable. Even though a woman has on pants, men still look at her butt, and they still get attracted to the butt. And they say, oh man, she got a nice butt, because they're looking at her through her pants. When she has on a tunic, a longer tunic, it's more of her nakedness is covered. Her shape is more covered. All right. So this is the sense of what it talks about in this verse 2, when it says uncover the thigh. All right. So when you look at that word for legs, shawak, you can go to Proverbs 26 and Proverbs 26 and 7. So here, uncover the thigh was something that was done as a shameful act, which means that you women is not shameful. You supposed to be shamefaced. Your thighs supposed to be covered. You're not supposed to walk with tight pants on. You're not supposed to walk out with tight pants that everybody can see, and you're not supposed to have on tight skirts and tight dresses. You really should have on tunic. But if it's not a tunic, it's at least a skirt that comes down your leg, between like your bottom of your calf and your ankle. It was long. It wasn't a short garment that the woman, you know, would have on. She had a garment that was, remember, the prohibition was that. So anything that a warrior was comfortable wearing, or warrior would wear into battle, that length, the woman had to wear something longer. Okay, she had to wear something longer. So uncovering the thigh is a shame. It's an embarrassment. So our women now is not supposed to have their leg or their thigh exposed. See, it says, make bare the leg and uncover the thigh. So the whole leg, the thigh area and the leg area upper and the calf area lower, is supposed to be what? Supposed to be covered. Or a long tunic over her pants. It's our culture. We don't come from a culture of wearing like short clothes. People just having on clothes that show their whole body, not even the man nor the woman. But when men wore it, it was more acceptable because that was the warrior length. That was the length of the gabar. Okay, so now let's go into jump into Psalms. Let's jump into Proverbs 26 and 7. Okay, Proverbs 26 and 7, dealing with the legs. So it said, the legs of the lame are not equal. So is the parable in the mouth of fools. So the word legs here is the same word, shawak, which means the whole leg. So when it says uncover the thigh, it actually says uncover the legs. What part of the person is lame? They whole leg. So the scripture that we just read in Ezekiel 16 and 8 is talking about uncovering the whole, make the whole leg bare and uncovered. Meaning that when a woman is in her glory, when a woman is in her righteousness, she has her whole leg covered. Because this right here is talking about the whole leg. It's the same word that we see in Ezekiel 16 and 8. Now we go to Psalms 147 and 10. We see, he delighteth not in the strength of horse. He taketh not pleasure in the legs of man. That's talking about, once again, the whole leg, not just part of the leg. That word here, once again, is shawak. Let me show you. Right here, shawak. The legs of man. Right here, let me show you shawakia, which means legs, plural. All right. There's no plural. He takes no pleasure in the legs of men. Okay. Shawakwa. Shawakwa. All right. So that's the word that we see. Going back to Ezekiel. Chapter, I'm sorry, going back to Isaiah. Chapter 47 and uncover the thigh, meaning uncover the shawak, which is the leg that you see shown in the book of Proverbs and Psalm. What are you doing? All right. So that word means the whole leg. So the woman's whole leg is not supposed to be uncovered. It's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be covered. So even if she have on pants, she still got to have on her tunic covering her legs. Long, flowing, long tunic. Okay. Now what I want to do is, with you all with me here live, on finish the Bible portion. Now I'm gonna put in I'm gonna just put in ancient warrior attire. Let's try that. Ancient warrior attire. Let's try that. Then let's go into the images. What images they got for us? Look at all the images they got. Okay. Most of these images short. This one, this one, this one, this one. All right. Now it has ancient Egyptian, Mayan, Akkadian. Let's go Akkadian. Let's do Egyptian. Let's do Akkadian first, because that's the area that we come from. And we do Egypt first because that's the area where we come from too. This fighter's on the fields, okay? That's the women. That's the men, but they ain't warriors. Okay, these are warriors. All right. That's coming from Egypt. See the length? Okay, see the length right here? Okay, I don't know where they from, but you see they got little skirt. Looks like it's very wide though. Okay. Looks like it's a majestic dude with a dude that's ready to go to war. Okay. This is a Akkadian or Sumerian. It's a Assyrian. It's shorter. See, it's shorter right there. Okay. Shorter garment. This is the archer, more like a coat of mail with the archers. So they couldn't get sliced or cut and be taken out. They didn't bother running and moving. Remember, they were more stationary. Okay. So now also, remember the from the Lachish scenes. Now let's look at the from Akkadian, let's go to Egyptian warrior attire. Okay. Longer garments. I mean shorter garments, see? Everything shorter. See right here? This is our actual archaeology. Shorter garments. Okay. See right here is a shorter garment. Shorter garments right here. Let you know we conquer warriors. Okay. Warrior, shorter garment with the symbols of Sin and the symbols of Israel at the top right there. Shorter garment right there. See that? All right, so now let's go to the Lachish scene. Lachish conquest of the Israelites. Now, when the Assyrians came in and conquered us, look at the garments. See, short. These are warriors. They got on shorter garments. Okay. Look at that, shorter garments right here. Now, this is once they conquered us and brought us before the leadership who were bound down. Okay. Now look how they're leading us away, trying to call us. See, they got on the short warrior garments, but they got us with longer garments with no fringes on too. So the length of the garment was long when it came to, a common man that wasn't going to war. But once they got to go to war, then they had longer garments on. Look at this. Okay, it's a longer garment for going to war, for not going to war, and a shorter garment for the warrior. See that? Okay, so I think the Romans again, shorter garments. Here's a nice close-up. They have on shorter garments, and we have on the longer garments. We being conquered, and showing you how, it's Israelites, black people with the woolly hair. Okay. In like little knots, twists, or whatever. Okay, so now what we do is I want to search Israelite warrior. To show you what the garments look like that they would wear. Now check this out. I mean, this song, it show white people sometimes, but don't pay attention to that. See that shorter garment, shorter garments. Okay. Now, when you were on horseback, you would wear longer garments. See, that's what I was saying earlier. The Akkadian ones that first started wearing pants on a regular basis, they were tremendous horseback wars. Okay, but once again, look at the length of these garments. These are shorter garments for war. Shorter garments for Yasha. Because I did the research and found out that the warrior length garments were shorter, coming around the knee, but still protected and covered your loins without being all exposed. All right, so this is Gabar length. This is warrior length. See, this is warrior length. Okay, this is Gabar length right here with blue and Taziyatas out on it. This is the warrior length. You understand? This is the warrior length. So this is the Gabar. So when the Bible says in Deuteronomy 22:5 that a woman should not wear that which pertains to a man, the Hebrew says the woman should not wear that which pertains to a Gabar, which means a shorter garment. The garment has to be long. See how all these warrior garments are short. Every warrior garment we look at of a man that's on the battlefield or on a horse is short. You don't see nail long garment for the men that's on the battlefield. And these, remember, I looked up Israelite warriors. All right. And I guess these supposed to be the Spartans with the lambda on the Lacedaemonia. All right, that's supposed to be the Spartans. All right, so now look at this. See, shorter garments. Fighting the Canaanites. Okay. Short garments for the warriors. This right, this dude is his garment is longer, but it's split in the middle. He's probably on horses or something. All right. So now the point I'm making is that the longer garments are the garments that we wore when we were not going to war. When we were going to war, we wore shorter garments. Here it is right here, see? See, you got loincloth on it, short garment, short garment. All right, the Maasai. All right, short garment. See that? They can run, jump, do whatever they need to do. Now, if you want to go into East Africa, let's look up West Africa, right? Let's look up the Igbo warrior. Let's see how they dress. What do you see? See that? Short garments. What do you see right here? All right. Short garments. No warriors in the ancient world, no Gabar wore longer garments on that battlefield, man. Because if you get caught up or something, get snagged, you can get killed easily. Look at this right here. Shorter garment on that battlefield. Okay. So when the Bible says the woman shall not wear that which pertains to a man, is talking about a woman ain't supposed to wear a short tunic or a short skirt. It has nothing to do with pants. So the pants argument is really irrelevant because she ain't supposed to have nothing showing her butt and legs exposed anyway. Okay, so traditional Igbo warrior. Let's look at that. Okay. This is some brother slavery, but they got the longer, shorter garments on still. Igbo warriors with their heads up there, probably from people they conquered and shrunk their heads, put them in solutions, let them get smaller to people who fear them, don't want to go to war with them. All right, so that's a Igbo warrior. Now let's go further east into okay. Hindu warrior, not Dharma, not Brahman. Durga, that's a goddess. We don't want to deal with her. Now this is like the 15th century. See, it's short garment. See right here? It's a shorter garment. Okay, this time of Alexander. Shorter garments. You see that? So everybody, we wore the shorter garments. Okay, everybody wore shorter garments when they were going to war. See this? The shorter garments. Okay. So this is what it's talking about when they say a woman can't wear that which pertains to a man. It ain't talking about pants. It's talking the warrior length of the garment, which remember is two words for well, more than two, but two basic words that we see being used for man. One is gabar, which is a strong man, and the other is ayash, which is just a normal, normal regular man. Okay. Regular man. So we have to look at the fact that why is it? Oh, the short garment is preferred in war because there's no friction on your leg, and you can have a wide range of motion with your leg movement, and you can move a lot faster because there's nothing restricting your leg. You can kick with more confidence. You can run with more confidence. You can jump with more confidence. You can climb with more confidence, knowing that you don't have that that long garment blocking you. Okay, Izaria, that's why they had longer. That's why they had the longer garments and the shorter garments. Shorter garments was more or less when you needed to make some moves. All right. That's why we had shorter garments for war. All right. So when you look at it, even if you look at let's look at typical. Let's look at 100 years ago. Let's look at 1918. Typical woman's clothing in America in 1919. Show you what comes up. Long clothing. What do you notice about the clothes come down to her ankle, and everything is long sleeve. Now this is not 1919. This is 1943, as you see, 1940s. Now start getting higher. But this is an actual warrior length of garment. This is not a woman's length. When you look at the history, this is a men's length of garment. Okay? We just showed all those pictures of how the warrior garments work. Now, what do you see? All this is legs. What's that for? That's to introduce that sexual lust, that sexual desire, and entertain a man's eyes. So now the TV and the commercials are using images of sexuality to influence what a person buys. That's all the commercials, they what? Sex sales. Sex sells. All the commercials have sex in them. You see? All the commercials have sex in them. And then once they got the slaves, us over here, now they started to make the bustier to try to white people trying to make their butts look bigger, to imitate the, like, raping them. Let me get something to make my butt look bigger. And that's when they started doing the corset and all that type of stuff right here. Bustier and all that stuff. You see? So now, okay. So now if we go back into, this is the 1800s. Let's go 500 years before that. All right. Typical women's clothing in the 1500s. See that? Long garments. Long garments. See that? Long clothes. Let's go to Ethiopia. Typical Ethiopian women's clothing in 1500s. Let's look what the Ethiopian women were wearing. See that? Long. Now this is not really giving me the 1500s, but you can still get the point. You know this ain't from the 1500s. This right here is an older type of garment. See that? It's long. This is in Ethiopia in East Africa. Okay. Now this has been around forever. Just the wrap calico around the clothing has been a style forever. It's been around forever. All right. Now this is some older pictures. Okay, but we actually go to the one at the bottom left over here. This is a style that's probably been around for a minute too. Okay. You can't really see it's still loading. Right, this is the men and this is the women. See, the men got on long garments and the women got on long garments. So we used to dress in long garments. All right, East Africa and West Africa. Now we go into India. In the 1500s, what do we see? We go to India in the 1500s. All right, take out typical. Search that again. See that? Long length. This is India. That's a long length she has on. See that? All the way down. Sleeves. You know this garment is long. You know that garment is not it's not short. Okay. Longer garment. She been down and still to her knee. Okay. Since we couldn't get the 1500 pictures. This is the dress traditional from Kerala, India. I've been through Kerala, India, to Cochin and Fort Cochin, and the people that still dress pretty conservative. Catholics came over here a little bit. Actually, a lot of some Israelites came over there too. Look at this one. All right, so that's the sari. So you look up the origin and the myth, and the beauty of the sari. Okay. Once you know, this is the ancient picture too. How they used to dress. Persian clothing. Everything is long. You know, draped. Okay. That's the style you see with old statue right there too. But it's more fitting on her body right there. Okay. Now they're getting into like a lascivious area now. This is the white people, Romans. See, the woman's chest is all open. We didn't do that. It's something we learned from Europeans to try to make a woman be used as a sexual magnet. And that way you weaken the population. The men are worried about sex. The women are worried about getting sex from the man. Next you know, the whole civilization is worried about sex instead of marriage and love and family. All right. So that's how the clothing, you know, impacted what we did. Okay. You go to the 1400s for the women. Look at the clothing. That's how they dress. That's how they dress. The women long, the men, see that? Still a shorter garment. The women, bam, bam, bam. Everything's still long. Going back to ancient Greece, bam. Well, it's Rome. This the senator, color around the edges for the senator and stuff. But you see that? Long garments. Now look at this one. Soldier. All right. Government official. Soldier / government official. Soldier. See the length difference? Women. Look at all the ancient artwork of how women and men dress, and you'll see that throughout history, the woman and the man wore longer garments. The warrior wore a shorter garment so he could have more freedom of movement, you know, on the field. He could maneuver around, kick if he needed to, run, and things of that nature. So in Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5, when it says a woman should not wear that which pertains to a man, is talking about a woman is not supposed to wear a warrior length of garment, right? Right, so these are, you know, women in the East. You know, see that's supposed to be ancient Rome. They're saying this is like ancient Israel. We have more style to it though, I'm sure. You know, the woman probably, you know, covered up a little better too. These examples that, you know, white people put together, you know, for our edification. You see, so we could be able to see examples of how we would dress. We're into Asia now, into China. Okay. One garment from China. Okay. Ancient Israelite woman. Okay, so that's kind of showing you how ancient woman, would dress. Right? So like that, it looked like a little prostitute, but that looks kind of raggedy. We did it a lot better than that, believe me, when you look that raggedy. Okay. Looking better now. She got her head covered. Nice little purple garment, which is very expensive. Red tone. That's expensive clothes she got on. Right? Something like this is more like what we would have on, but a little better though. Looking more stylish. Okay. This is probably the outfit, but we ain't rock them shoes like that though. Okay. Just showing you how, if that's supposed to be Deborah, maybe, I don't know. Right? How the ancient women garments on. Women didn't wear short garments. They wore long garments. Even the men here, long garments. Okay? The women didn't wear, shorter garments. Going back into Assyria. Okay? See the length of the garments. Okay? So the men, that's how they dressed. Okay, this is how we dressed. The women. These are ancient ways. And we losing these ways because we don't execute them no more. We don't do them anymore. We so busy trying to dress like white people showed us how they want us to dress. That we don't dress, in the righteous way anymore. Okay. So these are the ways that we would dress. Okay. Maybe something along this level, but look, not as fitted. Wouldn't be as fitted, it'd be a little looser. Well, this is King Jehu bowed down before Shalmaneser, the Assyrian king that conquered Israel, the northern part of Israel, in around 722 BC. Okay. Ancient Israelite tunic. Check this out. Okay. So you see the different images that come up for a man's tunic. Okay. Here's that same scene with Shalmaneser bowing down. And this is a sister's website that did a pretty good job at reproducing, type of clothing we used to wear. All right, so these are children, like this. You see? These are real clothes. This is how we used to get down. Okay? This is how we used to get down. This is how we used to dress. Right? Even though they say biblical costume for early Bible period, but this was not a costume for us. This was regular dress. And even today, it should still be, how we dress along these lines. Not necessarily just like this, but that style. You got the long tunic, okay? And here's the mayal, all right, the sleeveless long garment that we read about earlier in 1 Samuel. You see that? So this is just showing you that there's more to how we dress other than just putting fringes and border of blue on your clothing. So yes, a woman can only wear pants if she has on a tunic, a long tunic over top of her pants, and the pants have to come about to the bottom of her calf, not really higher than that, and then down to her ankle. All right, down to her ankle. So I'm gonna try to type these scriptures in real quick. I went to I went to 1 Samuel 22:30, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 22:30, 1 Samuel 15:27, Zechariah 8:23. Zechariah 8:23. Shalom Mikah. Zechariah 8:23. Ezekiel 16:8. Ruth 3:9. Ruth 3:9. Isaiah 47:2. Proverbs 26:7. Psalm 47:10. Okay, and Exodus 28:42. Exodus 28:42. So those are the main scriptures that we went over. All right. And then we also talked about how the bar or Gaved equals like a manly man. All right. It's like a warrior. And then he wore a short garment for war. His mobility, flexibility of movement. Okay. He could run better. He could run, jump, ride, kick better in a shorter garment than in a longer garment. Okay. So now if she had on pants, women were under the tunic, not as an outer layer. Okay. The outer layer of a gabar or gaved was short for practical war rationale. Okay. So if she had on the pants, she would have to have on that's why is no picture you can bring up, no images, no scripture you can bring up, no archaeology you can bring up with a woman wearing pants in ancient Israel in righteousness. I haven't seen it yet, in righteousness or wickedness. The length of the warrior's garment, and it shows the length that the warriors would wear. Okay, and then and a lot of times people look at this stuff as if they like costume. No, it's not costumes, man. It's regular uniforms. What we wearing now is a uniform because we didn't used to dress the way that we dress now. We used to wear longer garments and more flexibility, and we didn't wear the shirts that came to, our waist, and we didn't wear just garments that were, just below our pelvic area. Okay, so we have to really get more into how we're supposed to be, because there is going to be a time when that strange apparel is going to work against us. So she can only wear pants if she has on a long tunic or a long dress or skirt over top of the pants, not as an exterior garment though. So it's been about 1 hour and 19 minutes made this video. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and shut down now. I'll shut this video down. Hope I can come back with another one. I want to all go into some scriptures about the crescent moon and go into some scriptures about Yahushua from Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. Amy, bienvenido, gracias por escuchar. Benya, Shalom, what's going on? Much love to you. Eddie, Iraq, Shalom, what's going on, man? Malakia, Marciala, Mariam, Malaka, Shalom, Shalom. Ashar Rauka, all right, what's going on with you? Thanks for coming out again, joining again, man. Auntie Florine, what's going on, Auntie? Love you if you're still there. So that's it. I'm gonna stay on maybe for like another minute. If anybody has any questions, bring it out. Have any comments that you may have, share. Anything you want to share, any information you think is gonna be pertinent and relative, bring it out. I'm gonna sit back for a minute and just relax and wait to see if anybody have anything else to take us forward. Somebody got something, don't they? All right, so here's a website you can go to, what people in ancient Israel really wore. Let's check this out real quick before we end this lesson. Pink wool to ponchos. I don't want that image stuck on the screen. So I don't deal with Netanyahu, and I don't deal with Donald Trump. All right, so this is just this website is bugging right here, man. Yeah, kind of. All right, so we got the archaeology forward sheet cover. We're gonna just try that again. That's what we're gonna do, man. I don't want to wait 7 seconds to get rid of them. I have stuff up under Israelites a lot of times. They don't know we the real Jews. You know what I'm saying? So they just call it, clothing or whatever. Jewish people. Let's see what Pinterest has, what they talking about on Pinterest. Amy Rodriguez, Yahweh bless you too and your family. Appreciate it. Malak Yam, shalom to you. I used to wear back. I just want you to all right, so let me get out of here. They're doing too much now, man. Oh, here it is. Okay. Banya Yashala. All right, so ancient Israelite clothing. So these are just kind of Eastern type of clothing that we used to wear. So if you look at this, right, you can see. Nadie está en el otro. Nadie está allá. So you can look at these garments and clothes and. ¿Quién está ahí? ¿Quién? You might see the people in the eastern part of the world wearing. And we used to wear a lot of these types of different outfits ourselves. Okay. I didn't click that. I just kind of hovered over it. Looks like it's Daniel, though. All right, so once again, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Remember, dress. If you're an Israelite, dress like one. Stop dressing like these Gentiles that put us in captivity. You know, if you want to wear something that's silk screen, put silk screen on your garment, not a silk screen T-shirt. So dress in the way that our fathers dressed. The ancient style clothing. All right, so probably like a little typical ancient Israelite women's type outfit. Probably a little more color in it too. Probably have more color in our garments and stuff too. You know, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom, and hopefully y'all got some understanding, and you can share something with me about how we're supposed to be doing things as we try to get closer to the Most High, Yahweh, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom to come. Yep, if she feels like it. Jennifer, you said, yep, if she feels like it. I do wear pants all the time. Who don't like it? Well, too bad for them. Okay. Appreciate your input. That's good. But know that when a woman does wear pants as her outer garment, you know, or a short garment, you can wear pants all you want to, sister. What you can't wear is pants without a dress or a skirt over top of it that comes down, past your calves. So, I do not like if a woman wears pants. All right. And I don't know why you want to go to that negative side. Too bad for them. When you're supposed to be provoking each other, starting, saying a little provocative stuff to each other like that. A woman can put those types of garments on only if she has something to cover them up. But just having a woman, your tail all exposed and out, she ain't supposed to dress like that. Okay. She ain't supposed to dress like that, and she's supposed to have her body covered at all times. So if she has on pants, it's got to be pants that are over, being pants that are over her skin and under a dress or under a skirt. So that's how I deal with that one right there, Jennifer. All right, Shalom.